Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Fastest way to lose weight, top 10 exercises. Boy, that's quite a title, Brad.
There you go. You know, people, and there's a lot of people who are interested in losing weight, but how are you going to do it? We did a video before on diet and exercise. Right. We all agree that you need to throw diet as a big component. Exercises too. Now, if you're an exerciser and what kind of exercise are you going to do? Are you going to lift weights? Are you going to go running, go swimming, whatever? You want to find an exercise that fits you, that you enjoy, and that is going to do the job and burn some calories.
Yeah, because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to keep doing it. I mean, if it's too much of a struggle for you, you're eventually going to drop it. So really find that niche that's one that you actually kind of look forward to even a little bit.
Right. Precisely.
And then you're going to be golden.
But wait, Bob. I just noticed.
By the way, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. Please don't make us beg. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, if you go, got a minute, just go over to Facebook and like us because Brad and I, we like to be liked. I'll keep
there
it simple.
You go, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay, so burning calories, and if you're going to burn calories, a real popular way is cardio fitness.
Right.
Okay.
And good for the heart, obviously.
Right. There's little controversy. Bob and I were talking about this. Are you going to do Tabata? Are you going to do the
high intensity?
High intensity? Are you going to lift some weights? Now, we're going to already assume that with this video, you want to do some cardiovascular, and let's say you like to do it not for the high intensity, because that's uncomfortable.
High intensity is uncomfortable, and I do know, just from personal, I know a lot of friends that started it and they dropped it.
Right.
And they were doing really great with it. And they did it for about 6 months, and they look great, and the best I've ever seen them, and now they've completely fallen off.
Right.
And it's just, but I know a lot of runners who run their whole life. I know a lot of bikers who bike their whole life.
Right. Because they enjoy doing it.
They enjoy it.
And the benefits, like we have here, the benefits is good stress reliever. If you've got something,
fantastic stress reliever.
You need 30 minutes typically. And a lot of people, once they find something to enjoy, they look so they can get more than 30 minutes in because it's a comfortable, relaxing.
Get those endorphins going, right? I mean,
and it's great for the heart, lungs, and fitness.
Right.
To get that heart and the lungs working, you want to reduce your level or your blood pressure. You want to reduce your risk for heart attacks. This is the answer.
Here we go.
And also, if you're diabetic, it's like a good way to help manage it.
Yeah, and diabetes has kind of run wild in our country, so this is one of the things you want to throw in. Obviously, again, diet, but also exercise.
Right. Another thing, if you're not looking to get bulky, you just want to get toned up, fit, this is a good way to do it. You're not going to, doing cardiovascular, these larger volumes, you're not going to get all bulked up.
No.
You're going to get fit, though.
Right.
So the next question is...
So I thought this was pretty cool, Brad. You kind of put down the number of calories based on a study, right, that you burn with some of the different activities.
Sure, yeah, because we want to decide, well, do I want to, first of all, there's activities you might like to do. You might like to bicycle, but swimming, you don't know how to swim. Well, that's not out. But so there's 10 different choices to pick from here. So what I want you to do is we're going to go through these, and then you can put your, just go to the pause button, and Lonnie's going to zoom in on this sometime throughout the video, and then you can look through and pick up about 3 or 4 different activities that you like, and then see how many calories they burn, because you want to be efficient. If you can find something you like to do and it burns a lot of calories, you're getting
getting the bonus.
2 birds with 1 stone. So here's the benchmark, just so we have an idea. If you go out and walk 15 minutes, 1 mile in 15 minutes, that's kind of a brisk walk. It's not lollygagging, but it's not a real hard power walk. That burns off 122 calories. So that just kind of gives you an idea where we're at.
That's really not that much, is it?
No. It's not a lot of calories. But, if you get a stress relief and some of the other benefits, it's still good for you. It's a lot better than watching...
It's probably a banana. 122 calories, that's hardly anything.
Yeah, it's still better than sitting on the couch eating potato chips.
It shows you why it really is important that diet has to be a part of your thing. So,
but you'll see that we can get triple this amount of calories burnt with different activities. Now, with this study, it was a trial done with 30 minutes of cardio with a 130-pound female.
Okay.
Basically what it does, and she did the same kind of intensity throughout all of them are what was specified, and it gives you an idea, a relative idea. For example, the fastest one of the ones they did was 338 calories in 30 minutes, and that was running 8 minutes per mile. Okay,
So,
an 8-minute pace.
It's a pretty good pace.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pace. Now,
Yeah.
if you're a serious runner, I mean, I know people that run 5 or 6 minute miles, but they're competitive.
I mean, I was running 8-minute miles about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm up to about 9.
Right.
So,
So
yeah.
8 minutes, not a real sprint, but it's...
You're working.
Yeah, and just look at your clock and go for
Yeah.
on and find out. The next one, 330 calories, jumping rope. Now, you got to be a pretty good jump roper because...
For 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time.
Jumping rope is aggressive. I used to do it, and but you got to know how to do it. And
I would again guessed you'd burn more calories than 330 in 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
that just shows you, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Yeah.
If you like the bicycle, now this is bicycling at 18 miles per hour. You're not going to bike 18 miles an hour on the flat with a cross trainer. Probably. You're going to have you got to be a really good biker. Because I bike a lot when I have a road bike and I do compete with it. 18 miles an hour is, for the average person, that's a pretty good clip. For people who are really aggressive, it's not too bad.
So what would your average be?
I'm about 18 miles an hour.
You are, okay.
Yeah, on a race, if I'm doing a race, I'm doing maybe 20, 22, but...
So when you go out for an hour, you're burning 600 some calories.
Right.
So
Yeah, so that's a good deal. So bicycling at a higher rate, then 298 calories, a kickboxing class.
Okay.
You got to think you're using all kinds of muscle groups.
Right.
And people might say, well, it depends on how hard you do it. Well, it does. You use
does.
good judgment.
Right.
This means you're pushing yourself a little bit, but you're not maxing out. Swimming was only 1 calorie behind if you're a lap swimmer. Now, if
I would have guessed that again would have been more, Brad.
Yep.
I mean, swimming is hard.
Oh yeah, it's a great workout.
Yeah.
But I like swimming because it's non-weight bearing. That's a good benefit. Your joints are not going to take a beating with swimming.
It's going to be easy on if you're having injury.
As long as you got a pool available and you know how to swim,
Yeah.
those are important for that activity. Walking, and this is walking up a 10% hill, which is a fairly steep hill, 15-minute mile. That's 284. That's pretty high for walking. Look at the difference between walking on the flat.
122 versus 284.
Yeah, it's more than double.
Yeah.
So if you got a hill to walk up, go ahead. Of course,
Sure.
you probably have to walk back down.
You got to walk back down at some
Right.
point.
And
So,
that takes a little more to walk down with control than on the flat.
yeah, it does.
Not as much as walking up, but anyways. Mountain biking, now this was, I was kind of wondering about 230. Now it
Well,
depends.
that seems low to me.
Yeah, and it depends on the terrain.
Yeah.
Are you going through technical stuff, sand,
Are you coming down a
uphill,
lot,
downhill?
but,
Yeah. Deep water running, 230
Yeah, I'm
calories.
surprised at that. I would think you'd burn a lot more on that.
But, you know,
If there's anything I'm pulling out of this, Brad, it's that the numbers are lower than I thought.
right.
I thought you would burn higher calories than this. And
Right. So the calories with the other benefits all adds up for
I
good,
think it
for
shows
good health.
you, keeps coming back to that same theme that you need to have diet in your life. You got to eat right too, because you
Right.
can work out like crazy, and you can knock off 338 calories just by eating a couple, a hamburger. I mean, so
Right.
and-
And now here's a nice one, jog. If you compare the faster run with a 12-minute mile, which is closer to a jog, that's still 216 calories. It's, it's almost double of walking. So, that's nice. And then the rowing machine, which I thought the rowing machine, using all these big muscle groups.
again, shocked at that one, Brad.
Yep.
I can't believe that's the lowest one. I would have put, if you would have asked me to put these in order, I would have put this up here somewhere.
Sure, yep.
And I would have put probably the walking down here lower, but
But anyways, this is why we do studies, Bob.
Yep.
So, take a look at these if you're interested in losing weight with cardio. Pick out your favorite ones. You know what you're going to burn more calories with, and go have a good time and make yourself stress-free, healthy, and lose
Brad,
some weight.
We can't finish a video about cardio without mentioning
Oh,
that we can
Bob.
fix just about anything.
Bob, I got to get this out for this
no.
one.
I hate when he pulls these out. We can fix just about anything except for a broken heart.
Yeah, but we're working on it.
We have to really work on it because we're getting behind. We haven't. So thanks a lot.